Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the weekly reset for week number 2 of Dragonflight Season 3. Man, I am excited today because it is the first vault of the season and my Demon Hunter is completely stacked. But we have a lot to talk about. So we have the vaults, of course. I have both the Paladin and the Demon Hunter. We have the ADHD update. There's not too much to talk about, but I'm going to do that straight after the vaults, I think. And then we'll discuss everything I did for week 1 and end by talking about my plans for week 2. But this week, Dilly has a lot to grind, which I'll talk about in a minute. So we're going to jump straight into the vaults and we're going to begin with the Paladin. All right, so the Paladin hasn't really received any upgrades. I believe I may have gotten a couple of pieces where there are embellishments, maybe, I think like belt. So going into this, everything's going to be an upgrade, basically. I mean, everything's going to be an upgrade for all the characters, to be honest. Mythic Plus rating is irrelevant, but I'll show it anyway. I've barely done anything. I think the highest I did was a 13, so we don't really have a lot from the vault. I did clear normal with one of the other streaming communities on the Saturday. So I've got that to look forward to as well. I'm going to make sure we are in Retribution spec. And let's see, I'm excited. Wings for this one. Oh, wait. Umbrella as well. We got to use the umbrella this time. What are these? What are these whelplings? Oh. Two-handed weapon, but it's champion. I mean, when you can get your hands on like hero stuff, shoulders could convert to tier. It's a weapon. Oh, that haste. I don't think I'm going to take any of these purely because it's champion and like my thoughts basically, and the same with the Demon Hunter. I haven't actually upgraded anything with the Demon Hunter because anything I can upgrade, I can probably, like, I can do the content to get better in dungeons. So I feel like it's just a waste, and we'll get to the Demon Hunter in a couple of minutes, but I think it makes sense just to go with the highest piece. I mean, it is a weapon. Again, I can farm that. I think for now, honestly, because I'm not focusing too much on the Paladin, I can't take a champion piece. I just can't do it. So I'm going to take the hero piece. Again, I mean, I could just go and get this from Mythic Plus, but yeah, there's a lot more I want to do on the Paladin this week. I kind of failed in that respect, but I'll get into like everything that we did this week and explain why. Oh, we get a nice tasty Ataldazar 13. I'm gonna look to do that. I mean, that's on the easier side. There has been some changes to some of the dungeons, but yeah, current item level as we left in season 2, 445. Maybe I made a mistake in not just taking the weapon because I can't get rid of the foreset, but I mean, if I do get tier shoulders, at least it's like item level that I can upgrade for free, so it's fine. If I had the shoulders equipped, it does boost us up by 2 item levels. So, you know, again, not too much focus on the Paladin as of yet. Haven't done many keys. I didn't get to do an 18, which I wanted to get the myth track, but it's fine. All right, on to the Demon Hunter, the exciting vault. Unfortunately, I'm still rocking the old 4 set. I've done raids and stuff, and I'll talk about it in a bit. But yeah, we cleared normal raid, did some heroic. We've done a ton of Mythic Plus, and if we take a look at the score now, we'll speak about it in more detail after the vaults, but feeling pretty good about week 1. Feeling pretty good. In terms of items that I really, really want, I will have 2 slots for heroic for raid, and then the last one normal, I believe. And then everything on Mythic Plus, all 3 of them should be myth track. So I think the things I'm hoping for the most, because I need to farm 2 of them, is going to be the weapons, the double time. Now, this drops from full, I believe. So I'm going to be farming that. And then there's the trinket. I did get a really nice trinket. We got the Fractured Tomorrows with Leech. That's pretty huge. Not the best, but it's still really, really good. I think due to Sims, like, I shouldn't be running this, but I couldn't go with 2 on use. The one I really, really want is the Everbloom branch. So again, that, but myth tier, gonna be hard to say no to as well. 454 item level, and the score that I've got, pretty impressive, if I'm completely honest. So hopeful for the vault. We are indeed in current, which is Havoc. straight away, we've got the crit verse ring. We do have myth legs, and we've got myth shoulders to go with it as well. So a couple of tier pieces, which I'm very, very happy about. We don't have a weapon in today's vault. We've got a socket on that. Does that come with a socket anyway? Like, I'm not going to take it because it's champion, but... And then we've got hero head and then hero boots from the heroic raid. So thankfully, like, when it comes to tier pieces, according to the quote-unquote BIS list for Demon Hunters, I'm not sure about Vengeance because I need to actually sort all my Vengeance stuff out. But Havoc takes all 5 bits of tier. So I think the one I'm missing actually, because if I look at it, if I go to my gear quickly, I've actually got some pieces. So I was lucky enough to get Raid Finder. So this is 2 set incoming because I am going to take one. I do have hero to convert, so that's fine there. If we look at legs, we also have, well, we've got a couple actually, but yeah, we can perhaps get rid of the embellishments that I've got. I'll talk about crafted gear after, but yeah, again, another hero piece to convert for tier. Chest, I think, is the same deal. Yeah, 470, I can convert that. And head, again, yeah, we've got hero, so I can convert that. I have no shoulders. That is one thing that I haven't had drop yet. And I did get my hands on one of the double times. So I think in terms of vault, it's a no-brainer. I need to go for shoulders. 483, massive upgrade. KSM token, and I can convert, which I'm probably going to do today to get 4 set. Oh, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. So yeah, I think no-brainer. It's going to be... let me see, haste, versary, mastery. That's absolutely fine because I've got a ton of haste anyway. We get our hands on a 21 key. And this week's affixes, which I'll get into in a sec. Let's take a look. It is tyrannical, which, I mean, some of the bosses last reset on Fortified were pretty rough as it was. That is paired with entangling, which... It's probably the easiest to fix in the pool, to be honest, but there are some situations where it's awful, especially for tanks. And then bursting. Bursting is tricky for a lot of groups now because they're not running Shadow Priest anymore. RIP. But Disc Priest is on the rise. It looks very, very strong, so I guess a lot of groups are going to be looking for those this week. The key we do get is a Black Rook hold, and I think this going to be a good one. Again, 454 with the shoulders equipped, and I'm not going to go through the rest of the gearing, but I'll put that on. That gives us an extra item level or 2. I will get those converted. Again, I've got the... Oh, actually, I can convert the gloves now. Well, not convert the gloves, sorry. We've got Raid Finder, which is... I think I can upgrade those with Flight Stones, right? Because I've got higher already. And that finally gives us our 2 set, which I'm very, very happy about. So the 2 set bonus, which I'm super excited for. Blade Dance automatically triggers Throw Glaive on your primary target for 100% damage, and each slash has 50% chance to Throw Glaive an enemy for 35% damage. Very, very excited about that because at the minute we're taking talents like Soul Rend, and I mean, when we Throw Glaive, it causes targets to take an additional 100% of the damage dealt as chaos over 6 seconds, and as it currently stands, it's not even worth throwing glaive, so it's kind of wasted. We don't have to press it and waste any globals and whatnot. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And then once I get the 4 set, which might be today, I don't know, because I've got to do like the heroic raids and other stuff, so it might not actually be worth converting anything just yet, and we see what we get. But Throw Glaive reduces the remaining cooldown of the hunt by 2 seconds, and the hunt's damage over time effect lasts 6 seconds longer. That's going to be huge. All right, well, as you can see, I've been really, really busy. Not as much as I could have been, and we'll get into that in a minute. But before we jump into the rest of the content, ADHD update, instead of doing it at the end of the video, still a shortage. I was actually thankful to get some 60s to last me another 30 days that I'm going to try and make last. But yeah, same situation, nothing to really update on that, so thought I'd get that out of the way with now, and we can jump into what we've been doing this past week in week 1. So unfortunately, last Wednesday, if you watched last Wednesday's weekly reset video, we had lots of PC issues. I couldn't actually play as much as I wanted to. I wanted to jump straight into the keys and get that early grind. Unfortunately, I didn't really do too much in the evening. I did a handful of keys maybe, but I mean, the plan was to spend the entire day doing keys straight after the quick video, but didn't go to plan. Thursday, I was able to jump on and get a lot more done. Still not as much as I wanted to, but we still got a bunch of keys done. I believe that's when I got the double time weapon from an 11 or something that I did. And then we had the community raid, which we did with the loot goblins on Discord, live on stream also, and we managed to clear all of normal, which was a little underwhelming, if I'm honest. But I had great fun. It was nice hanging out with the guys, and yeah, I mean, cleared the raid in one night. I'm very happy. Didn't get any gear, obviously, because Heimer took it all, but you know, it is what it is. Though I did start pushing into the higher keys and going into season 3, I thought, you know what, if I'm able to do 11s quite comfortably, then I'm happy. It was like Friday. I jumped into 18s and we were timing them. It was a little weird. We felt stronger than maybe we should be. I'm not quite sure what I think of this, but it gives me hope because, well, I managed to get half of my portals, sort of, because I've got one half of the mega dungeon and you need both of those for the portal, which, yeah, it makes sense. I get it, but it's still weird. So I've done half of the dungeons at a plus 20 and up. I think, honestly, if my plans for Wednesday and Friday was the same situation, I was out most of the day, so I didn't get a chance to play. But I think if I had the Wednesday and the Friday and everything went to plan, I would have achieved everything so much quicker, and I'd probably have all of the portals by now, which is crazy because it's week 1. But along with that, we achieved KSM with the last key of last night's stream with the team. Week 1, KSM, and half of the portals. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. In season 2, the highest I went was a 24, and I only did one of them. Kind of proud of that one because it was on my Rep Paladin with no Org Evoker, so very, very happy about that. Kind of get the feeling like maybe this week, maybe next week, I'll be doing 24s. That's kind of how it feels at the minute, which is really, really weird. But yeah, I think the highest we timed, I think it was a 21 this week. That might have been the Waycrest Manor. I really can't remember, but we did those live on stream last night. So again, if you want to watch me live doing some of these keys, feel free to jump in and follow me over on Twitch. I'll leave it linked down below. And remember, every Saturday you guys can join me for Keystones as well. So again, if that's something you're interested in, feel free. And as for week 2, well, I have a lot of plans and hopefully nothing gets in the way like it did last week. And well, that kind of frees up 2 days. So of course, I'm going to run LFR to try and get some of the items. There's still, like, the weapons are very important. There's the trinket from, is it Smolderon? I think it's Smolderon. It's the trinket that basically every DPS wants. So I'm going to try to get that even if it's LFR. We did Pug Heroic in week 1. We did 4 bosses. Even like 5, 6 and maybe 7 seems pretty doable in a Pug, which again, week 1, pretty crazy if you think about it. But I think this season you're going to be able to push a lot higher with, I mean, again, I can still get boot. Like, my gear's going to go up like 30 item levels, which is absolutely bonkers. And I'm already doing plus 20s and plugging heroic stuff on week. It's just crazy to think about, man. So I'm going to look to get those done. Maybe I'll do the heroic stuff and the LFR before tomorrow's community stream and raid. That means I can pass on the majority of gear that haven't had the time that I've had to put into it. Being able to pass on gear is always good. Along with that, I haven't crafted anything yet. I've been a little wary. I haven't upgraded gear, so I'm going to look to do that. I'm going to look at the crafted items. I think typically I'm going to go with my waist and my wrists. I'm not 100% sure, but I think those are the ones I go for. In terms of upgrades, I think weapons are always going to be first on the list for obvious reasons. And then I think the trinket, I'm not sure if it's, I think it's the one from Everbloom that I'm going to look to upgrade first. That's a really good one, but of course I haven't got it yet. So I'm going to be farming those today. And I think today's plan, I'm going to target Everbloom and I think it's full for the double time weapon. Only 2 of those, unfortunately. So it's kind of plans for today. The rest of this week, I'm going to look to get the rest of my portals and try and get everything at least at a 20. Should be doable, but some of these bosses on Tyrannical are going to be, oh, they're going to be hard. They're going to be hard. They were tough on Fortified, so this week's going to be pain. Other things on the Demon Hunter, stuff that I've been considering. Early on, Season 1, I had leather working and kind of wanted to make my own potions and this, that, and the other. Instead, I've kind of ranked up a little bit, slacked on my professions. I haven't been very consistent every week. Kind of regret switching from leather working because I experienced the paladin and the blacksmithing, and it's really nice being able to craft your own gear. So I think I'm potentially going to swap out alchemy, keep enchanting, and I'm going to go back to leather working. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be horrible. I'm not going to benefit from the alchemy stuff that I enjoy at the minute with the extra files and being able to make potions and multi-procs and that, but I think that's what I want to do long term going forward after experiencing what it's like being able to craft your own gear. If I could craft my own wrists and whatnot, then yeah. And if you look at leather working, like there's so many classes that use leather and mail. I think it'd be beneficial to have that along with the blacksmithing stuff as well, and the paladin, which I've been really good at. And the paladin's got dual crafting to go with it, so gems are kind of covered. The last thing I wanted to touch on with the Demon Hunter at some point, because I'm in grinding these keys, I'm also acquiring gear for Vengeance as well. I'm going to create a nerdy Notion page like I've done with the paladin and the Demon Hunter. Going to get all my lists together, my stats, everything that I need to grind, and this, that, and the other. And I'm going to try some Vengeance because it looks very good, very strong. I need to give the rework a chance, and also want to tank at the level that I'm doing now as well. Get all the 20s done as a tank. I also want to do it as a healer, but I haven't kind of made my mind up on that. That's future plans. And I guess while we're talking about future plans, I haven't started on the Warlock yet, but I think once I get some of the best items for my Demon Hunter, like the weapons and the trinket more than anything else, then I can start putting more time into the paladin, and then I can start looking at the warlock as well. And then you'll have two challenges. So we've got the road to 3k, which the first episode's been a hit. I think I need to make another one. You might get a bonus one on Friday. Typically I was only going to make one a week, but I mean, if I can make multiple, I think you guys will be happy about that. Instead of the normal highly edited stuff that you get from my challenges, the Demon Hunter Road to 3k is the type of like uncut. So you'll get a mixture of stuff that I do on stream. So stream keys, where you'll see the camera and obviously the comms. That's a bit harder because I'm taking it from Twitch. So the audio levels are going to be a bit out of whack. And I made a mistake with the audio on last night's stream that you might see on Friday. I'm not sure yet, but I can't change the levels because it's just one audio track. Whereas the stuff I do on a Sunday, you don't see the camera, and I've got full control over the audio because, well, the rest of the guys are pretty quiet and I have to turn them up, but Bumble is super loud, man. Yeah, a lot of you guys have been commenting on Bumble's energy. I absolutely love it as well. So funny. If you haven't watched that already, I'll leave it linked down below. Go and check it out. You get to see absolutely everything within those because there's no cuts. Whereas I guess the Warlock challenge and the other stuff is highly edited. So you get the best bits and it's super entertaining. But of course, the Demon Hunter stuff, because it is uncut, you get to see all of those mistakes and not just the good parts. I am human after all, and the first episode will prove that. But I think, honestly, this kind of gives me the excuse to continue making the Demon Hunter stuff for the rest of the season. Like, much further beyond 3k, to be honest. Like, we're not going to end at 3k. I'm going to continue, so expect many episodes of that. Lastly, I just wanted to thank all of my Patreons who have supported me over on that platform. Massive thank you. You can see the names going across the screen as I speak. If you do want to add your name to the list, I'll leave the Patreon link down below. At some point, I am going to add YouTube members to that as well, though it will be for the middle tier, I believe, and not the cheapest one. As it stands, I've put the cheapest one at like 99p, so you guys can become like an incredibly cheap member and spam like dilly emotes on there. That is literally the only reason I've put that there. So if you do want to add your name to the list at the end of every video, I'll leave the Patreon link down below. And once again, if you do want to watch me live, you can catch me over on Twitch a few days a week, and you can even join me for some Keystones on Saturday, where I dedicate the entire stream to viewers, and everyone is absolutely welcome. All right, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. I hope you did get some fat loot in your vault today, but that's me done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.